Oh, good morning again. And what a great day this day is. My name is Sister Nancy Stiles, and I'm the president of the Board of Directors for Habitat for Humanity of Carroll County. And it is my great pleasure, on behalf of the board, to welcome all of you to this remarkable day in the history of our Carroll County affiliate. This is truly an exciting and joyous occasion, especially for those of us who have been personally involved in the planning and shaping of this project. Today, we're here to celebrate among friends and colleagues who share our vision and aspirations for Habitat for Humanity. Through volunteer labor and tax-deductible donations of funds and materials, Habitat works with families in need, partner families, to build or renovate simple, decent, affordable housing. Habitat seeks to build lives, families, and communities as well as houses. Habitat empowers families and works in partnership with them to help them realize their dreams of home ownership. Habitat builds self-esteem and self-reliance and restores hope for a brighter future. The project that we are celebrating today, the building of 5 new homes here at Union Crossing, has required leadership, foresight, and careful planning. We are all part of an amazing history of caring worldwide and in Carroll County. Today marks the next phase of this project. There's a lot of construction to do, and we will need many volunteers so that 5 families will be homeowners this time next year. We are on a mission. I'd now like to introduce Mike Geiger of Geiger Land Contracting and a member of our construction committee, and ask him to offer an invocation. Mike has been instrumental in helping to shape this product. So Mike, please come forward.
Thank you. Well, I can make it really short, or I can make it medium, or I can make it long.
Let's do really short.
So I asked God for about the last 40 days what to do and what to say, and I'm pretty sure He poured it out to me. First, what's an invocation? Webster tells us it's a calling on something for aid. It's a protection and an inspiration. It's a call with an earnest desire to declare, to be in a binding, to be called forth, or a being about. I'm looking at a lot of what I would call partners. Most are totally sold out partners. How does a group like Habitat basically get resurrected? Think on that one. So, our mission statement, seeking to put God's love in action, Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, not houses, communities, and hope. God's children doing God's work in a very simple way. You can ask Him, how long, how wide, how deep, however you want to build, and you'll get to the point where you are now. Our leader is the best one to start your conversations with. Having experienced a little bit of that over the last 40 days, I've seen the gifts of God poured out in such an enormous and generous way, all under the quote, unquote, I love you, children. And that's what we are called to do in this process. It doesn't matter about the limestone that goes through the process to become the concrete that goes in the foundation. It matters what foundation the people go into the foundation with. So right in the beginning of our mission statement, our leader, God, says he's going to be out front. And I keep trying with my all to trust him 100%. And to date, and going forward, I got 100%. And I want us all to experience that. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter in the process. If we have a sinkhole here when we show up tomorrow, and it makes worldwide news, it just matters how much of it we've given to God and how much we trust him. It's his dirt anyhow. I think God loves our list. Habitat, for the last 40 or 50 days, has probably formed at least 200 lists. I'm responsible for some of them, you know. Top of every list is 3 letters. Apostrophe S. They're God's lists. Because unless he does them, they ain't going to get done. Or they ain't going to get done right or pleasing. Or they ain't going to get done perfect. I think what we're striving for is to please God and to draft in to what he's doing lots and lots and lots of people. We started with a good draftsman, Frank Baylor. He's drafting people into the kingdom. He did it on paper even. We actually have probably 80 active people going kind of full blast right now. Okay. So give God the lists. See what he does with them. You tell us that all of us in John 14:12. I tell you the truth, anyone, and that is all of us, anyone who has faith in me will do what I have not, and greater. And basically, I will do all things with you. That's all we got to be prepared for. It's going to take different levels of preparation. And that's basically in the accord and the account of how he's built you so far. So what I'm really trusting God to do, and I'd like to look every one of you in the eye. He's building you. He's building me. He's going to build everybody that comes to this site. To him be all glory, honor, and praise. An invocation is a chance for you to talk with God. And God to respond to you. And I'll just say amen.
Thank you, Mike. Our first speaker this morning will be Mayor Kevin Utz. Kevin is a lifelong resident of Westminster, having grown up on Bond Street, just outside the city limits, where his parents have lived for 55 years. Mayor Utz now resides in the Avondale-run community where he raised his 3 children, Brad, Jenny, and Julie. He is very active in business in Westminster and is a captain and former chief of the Westminster Fire Engine, as well as Emergency Management Services responder. He served on the City Council from 2005 to 2009, having retired from the Maryland State Police after 28 years of service. Mayor Utz is an accomplished community leader with excellent consensus-building skills, leading disparate groups in accomplishing common goals. The mayor is working tirelessly to improve the infrastructure, water resources, and public safety of the city of Westminster. Welcome, Mayor Utz.
Thank you. Good morning. This is a great morning for the city, and on behalf of myself and the Common Council, I would like to welcome all of you to the city of Westminster and to the Union Crossing Phase 2 groundbreaking. The city is proud to partner with Habitat for Humanity of Carroll County in bringing affordable housing to our community. The Union Crossing project started in 2008 with the Episcopal Housing Corporation. The Episcopal completed Phase 1 right before you today and completed the building of 4 townhomes. And now it's Habitat for Humanity's turn, ready to start Phase 2, the final phase, with 5 new townhomes going to be stretched along the alley. There are many partners that were involved, not just to single out anyone, but the city and the county who waived fees and the state for providing funding for this project. And as I look out among the crowd, there are a lot of partners that we need to thank, and I believe Brian has that list. I don't have it, so I just want to stand here and say thank you. We appreciate it. I would like to personally thank Deputy Secretary Clarence Suggs of the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Services for his staff and the governor for providing so much funding, not only to this project, but to many projects in the city that we really garner and thank. When the project is complete, we can all be proud of this worthwhile undertaking, providing affordable housing to those who will call Union Crossing their home, our residents, and those who will live in the city, be part of the county and our state. Once again, I want to welcome all of you to the city of Westminster. And don't forget, even though there are nice snacks here, we ask that you shop and play downtown. Thank you.
Hey, our next speaker will be Commissioner Dave Roush. Dave is in his first term as County Commissioner. He retired after working 38 years at Lehigh Cement Company in Union Bridge, where he was plant manager. Commissioner Roush earned his bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from Lehigh University and an MBA from Frostburg State. He's also served in the U.S. Army and has been a former member of the Board of Zoning Appeals and Economic Development Commission. Mr. Roush also chaired the New Windsor Fire Department's campaign to build a new fire hall. He has worked with the Historical Society, the Carroll Community College Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce, the Westminster Rotary Club, the Community Foundation of Carroll County, Rape Crisis Intervention Service, and Westminster United Methodist Church. Commissioner Roush lives here in Westminster. He and his wife, Dee, have 2 children and 6 great-grandchildren. So, welcome, Dave. And I want to know what you do in your spare time.
Well, thank you, Sister Nancy, for that generous introduction. I'm sure my mother would have believed every word of it. Welcome to you all. I bring you welcome and greetings from the Carroll County Board of Commissioners on this wonderful day, even though perhaps a little overcast. Thank you all for being here. This is a wonderful project. Thank you to Sister Nancy and the board of Habitat, and to Brian for functioning in our community in order to provide housing opportunities for hardworking people that would otherwise have difficulties in obtaining this kind of housing. It occurs to me that this is a very typical Carroll County sort of thing. It is a cooperative partnership between multiple groups and agencies to make things happen. It's between Habitat and the city and the county and the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development and many other organizations represented here today. And to me, this is a very Carroll County way of doing things. When things get done in Carroll County, it's done because various groups get together and work together to make this the kind of community that we've all come to love and enjoy. So congratulations to Habitat and to the city for the beginning of this project, and we certainly look forward to its completion and many more successes after that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Next is Mr. Clarence Snuggs. Mr. Snuggs was appointed by the Secretary effective March 26, 2007, as Deputy Secretary of the Department of Housing and Community Development. Since 2003, Mr. Snuggs served as Director of Enterprise Community Partners Baltimore office. In that capacity, he had the overall responsibility for operating the office and its programs, which focused on affordable housing production, capacity building for local community leaders and community-based organizations, public education system reforms, and other community development initiatives. Between 1998 and 2003, Mr. Snuggs was Deputy Executive Director and Corporate Treasurer for the congressionally chartered Neighborhood Reinvestment Corporation in Washington, D.C. Prior to Neighborhood Reinvestment, Mr. Snuggs served as Vice President for Community Lending at Maryland National Bank and Signet Bank. Mr. Snuggs has been active in affordable housing and community development for nearly 20 years through his leadership and involvement in a host of regional and local community and civic organizations. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Winston-Salem State University and an MBA from Howard University. He was also awarded a Certificate of Completion for the Senior Executives in State and Local Government program from Harvard University Kennedy School of Government Executive Education. Welcome, Mr. Snuggs.
Good morning, everybody. I have the opportunity to come out to events like this, pretty much driven by the folks that do the hard work. And I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize the team that's here from DHCD standing near the red tent. There's Ann, Jennifer, Cindy Stone's not here, and the other team members. I just want to acknowledge you guys for being here and the work that you've done to help make today possible. I bring you greetings from the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the rest of the DHCD team. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the commissioners, Habitat for sure, the tradespersons, and the volunteers that are here and been involved that are going to make this project happen. When I come out to these things, I get a chance to come out and sort of touch the dirt and be involved, but also get this like 20-page talking points, which I think I'm going to abandon this morning and just have a few brief comments taking Mike's lead. I'll go the short route. So it's great to be back. I was here for the kickoff for the first phase. It's good to see that phase is up and running, and I'm excited about phase 2, the completion of the 5 units that will be put on this particular site. It's a part of our community development block grant program that we administer statewide. That program is in small towns and rural communities, and throughout the governor's administration, we've been able to disperse about $79 million to small towns and communities across the state for projects just like this. And this project, both phase 1 and phase 2, we were able to grant $1.3 million to help offset the hard costs that are associated with this project, with the Habitat model, which I think is a tremendous brand. I've had a chance to be involved with Habitat for quite a number of years. I need to update my bio. I think I'm past 20 years. I think I'm closer to probably 30-something. But we won't get... Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But it's been a while. I appreciate every moment of it. So this is a real investment for us, and we're investing not only in the sort of the bricks and sticks, as we call it, but also in people, in community, and in the town and the county here. And we really look forward to doing that and appreciate it. The way we get things done at DHCD is not through direct delivery. We do it in two major ways. The first is through partnerships. And we are delighted to have this partnership to deliver 5 units of affordable housing here in Westminster. And the other way we do it is leveraging. And Habitat's a perfect example of how to leverage with both hard dollars as well as those of skilled labor and volunteers that come together to make something happen. So I really commend them. So I just wanted to get back to my original commitment of taking just a little bit of time. And I'll say to thank you for the opportunity to be here to share in this groundbreaking today. I really look forward to making this investment, the investment that everyone here in both time, talents, and financial resources are making to make this project of Union Crossing Phase 2 come to life. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you. And our last speaker is our executive director, who has really spearheaded this whole effort. So Brian is a graduate of Westminster High School and the University of Maryland at College Park. Following his graduation, he worked for Dan Ryan Builders for 13 years as the company grew from building about 75 homes per year to being one of the 100th largest home builders in the country. After leaving Dan Ryan Builders, he volunteered for Interfaith Housing Alliance in Frederick and joined there as Vice President of Operations. At Interfaith, he developed new affordable rental housing, managed their home ownership programs, and oversaw the property management and finance department. When he left Interfaith Housing, he joined us here at Habitat for Humanity of Carroll County. During the couple years that Brian has been with Habitat, the affiliate has grown greatly and become much better known in the community. He has networked throughout the community and obtained funding for both projects and operational expenses. We have completed 3 repair projects during the past year. Brian has worked closely with the City of Westminster in securing the grant from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Thank you, Brian, for all your efforts to make the Union Crossing dream a reality.
This is pretty awesome. It's great to have everybody here today. I thank each and every one of you guys for coming out to celebrate with us today. It's a big day for us and for the partnership that we're going to get the opportunity to serve 5 families here in Carroll County. And we are so excited to be here today and so excited to have each and every one of you a part of it. So I thank you. I'd like to thank each one of our speakers, my board president, Nancy Stiles, Commissioner Roush, Mayor Utz, Deputy Secretary Snuggs, and of course Mike Geiger for sharing words with you guys today and for being part of our much larger team. Want to take a moment and thank a couple of people in the audience, and if you could raise your hands or stand up, David Baker, Lindsay Stetson, and Brenda Laverdiere, who worked really hard to put together this event today, designed the setup and prepared media, and really it's their hard work that brought this event here together today. Nancy mentioned that I haven't been with Habitat all that long. It's been just over a year and a half, and when I first started, I dreamed of the day that we'd be doing this this kind of a ceremony, and that we building homes for new homeowners, and together we made it here today, guys, and I appreciate that. I'm grateful for so much support that we've received along the way, and that I've received along the way personally. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of people. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a whole lot of folks that are really dedicated to serving these 5 families that are going to live here on this project. And I want to take a few moments and recognize a few of those folks who've been instrumental in making this happen. The first one, which, as many of you know, we are a volunteer-run organization. The work that we accomplish gets accomplished by many dedicated volunteers on our boards, on our committees, folks that donate services, that help us make connections in the community. And I'd like to take a second and ask all of our board members and our committee members to stand up and be recognized. I truly appreciate everything that you guys do. And yeah, stand up, I mean it. You guys are working hard. Thank you to each one of you guys. You guys are the ones who execute this mission on a day-to-day basis, and that means the world to us and to the furthering of our mission. I want to take a minute and thank the City of Westminster, all the staff at the city who've been a part of this, the members of the City Council. Without the City of Westminster, we wouldn't be sitting here today and celebrating. I'd like to give a special thank you to Marge Wolf. Marge, where are you hiding? Thank you, Marge, for your leadership in this project. And a very big thank you to Sandy Anderson at the City of Westminster, who helped write the grant, who is helping to administer the grant, who's going to be walking with us every step of the way through this project. And Sandy, I thank you for your hard work. I'd like to thank the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Clarence and his team today, thank you guys for your support of this project. This is the funding that you guys have provided, and the support along the way has been tremendous. And over the next 9 months or so, we're going to see the fruits of our labor. So today we celebrate together. I want to thank any other elected officials in the audience. It's through your leadership and through your commitment to your community. I see a couple of faces right here. It's through your commitment to the community that we can continue to operate these type of programs. It's supporting programs like the Community Development Block Program. It's making community development and housing a priority within our community that has allowed us to be here today, and for that we thank you. I'd like to say a special thank you to Greg Collart of the Collart Foundation. Greg, if you could put your hand up back there. Greg is his family foundation is a significant donor to Habitat for Humanity here in Carroll County. With a gift from Greg, we were able to purchase the property here for this site, and his support of our operations has been huge for us. So thank you, Greg, and your foundation. I also want to say a special thank you to Dan Ryan of Dan Ryan Builders. Dan, as Nancy mentioned in her remarks, I worked with Dan, and sitting beside Dan is our former Chief Financial Officer, Dave Joseph, I see today. And these guys were my mentors for the first 13 years of my career, taught me a lot about being a good businessman and being a good man. And Dan is also a significant donor to Habitat for Humanity, and we thank you for your support, Dan. We have a lot of members of I think we have some members of the nonprofit community out here today. Habitat for Humanity is one small piece of a larger collective of nonprofits that help serve the community at large, whether it be through housing, through food, through medical care, through a host of different services. And we're happy and proud to be a part of the nonprofit team that exists here in Carroll County that serves the county as a whole. And I thank you guys in the nonprofit community. I'd like to thank leaders of our faith community who are with us here today. Through your support, your volunteerism, your contributions to our organization, and your prayer and your faith, we're able to continue to do what we do, and we appreciate it. I also want to thank all of our donors. Mentioned a couple large donors, but it takes a lot of small donations, a lot of gifts of time and talent, as well as financial support to make what we do possible. And so each of you has given of your time, your talent, your materials, discounted materials, given of cash. We appreciate it, and it's that type of support that allows us to continue to do what you're doing. So thank you. And if I've forgotten to thank anybody, I feel like I should be going around kind of person to person and thanking everybody individually. But if I haven't reached out to you, thank you. And I apologize. And we'll get you at the ribbon cutting ceremony. I promise. Just give me a hard time. I think all of us here today believe that hardworking families in Carroll County deserve a decent, safe, affordable home for their families. As I was thinking about what I was going to say today, I thought of two specific people who have been served by our mission. One of whom is here today. I'd like to take a minute and just and have everybody say hello to Jerry Gibson, who's in the back row here. Last year, we sent a team of volunteers over the course of 5 weekends out to Jerry's home. Got to know him as a man and as a person, and worked on his home. And I think we made a pretty significant change in Jerry's life. And we're here to serve and to be there for folks like you, Jerry. And that's why we do what we do, man. We had done a little interview with Jerry, and I was reading back through it just last night, and I picked out a quote that I wanted to read to you today, which I think really sums up what we do. And he said, "This process has affected my life in an immense way. It has given me a reason to live. It has totally given me hope again. I now look forward to every day and want to help others." Thank you for those kind words, Jerry. It's what we do, guys. This is what we do. Sister Nancy mentioned our last Habitat build. We built a single-family home just down the street. If you see there's a blue-gray duplex, and then a greenhouse, and then a gray house, kind of right there. It's another Habitat homeowner. She was unable to be here with us today, but Carol Colehep moved into her home in 2008 with her son Levi. She's a happy homeowner, Habitat homeowner to this day. She's doing great, living life to the fullest, and I like to think that Habitat had one small part in building a better life for her. Again, I'm going to read a couple of words from her, which I thought were very moving for me. She said, "This changed my life in every way, shape, and form. It has given my son security. This process gave my life a new direction." And I appreciate so much Carol's words in that. We're not just building homes, we're building communities and hope, as our mission statement says, and we've made a significant difference in Carol's life, and we're looking forward to doing the same thing again right here on the site for 5 more families with your help. We're finalizing our family selection process as we speak. We've got several of our family selection committee members here today celebrating with us, but they're probably leaving here to go back and make phone calls and visit with families and hopefully finish up that process sometime over the next week or so. So we look forward to introducing the community to our 5 families who will be living in these homes. And we hope that each of you have an opportunity to meet them during construction and at our ribbon cutting ceremony. In conclusion, I want to once again thank you for your support. It means so much to me and to our organization, and especially to those individuals that we serve. We seeing so many people today coming out to support us, and then reading Jerry's and Carol's words again reminds me just how important our mission is here in this community, and I'm just so pumped up to be a part of it, and so happy you guys are here today. Again, we don't do this alone or as a small team. This project is made possible through the hard work of dedicated volunteers, donors, And it's through the generosity of individuals like yourselves who give of their time, their talent, their financial support, that our mission will continue to grow. We need you guys. We need you as part of our team. We want to get you more involved. Reach out to the Habitat folks that are here today. Anybody wearing one of these fancy white name tags, be more than happy to talk to you about what's going on. And we're happy to have you here. Visit our website, follow us on Facebook, and keep up with what's going on. And a little bit of update on what's happening. A lot of people have been asking me, so what's going to happen with construction? Well, I'm excited to report that on Monday morning we're meeting our surveying company, our excavator, our foundation company, and we're having a meeting here Monday morning, and we expect excavation to start next week. We have permits in hand, so we're going to get started right away and get our families picked and on to construction. So thank you again, and appreciate you being here today.
Stay here. You can tell Brian's taller than I am. I'd like to present a citation which we've received. Melissa Joseph, who is Chris Van Hollen's field representative, presented this to us this morning, and it reads, "This citation is presented to Habitat for Humanity on the occasion of the groundbreaking at Union Crossing. In celebration of the start of construction of 5 new townhomes at Union Crossing and its contribution to the quality of life in our community. Chris Van Hollen, Member of Congress, 8th District, on this day, the 9th of May, 2014. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our presentation. We're going to have some photo ops, and there are refreshments. Feel free to help yourself. I believe they are courtesy of Harry's.
They are courtesy of Harry's. Thank you to Harry's.
Thank you to Harry's Grill on Main Street Grill for donating the food that'll hold us over while we take all the pictures. So please help yourself.
Okay, so what do you want us to do?
So would like everyone, all of our speakers, to grab around the shovels and smile for the camera.